I love making these lives. Hold on, I'll be back. So, one more. I'm gonna turn. So, here we are, and was watching Jeffrey Epstein on Law and Crime, and um, the things like there's so much to psychology. The more you see this man, you start to buy into this shit. Like marketing. The more you see something, the more likely it is that you're going to buy it. So I think that part of revealing the Epstein files is going to create a whole new kind of like a group of people who are like supporters of that shit, if you know what I mean. Like, it's validating some people's sickness. Like, look at this guy, he did it, you know? Um, it's really gross, it's really disgusting. There are some survivor stories that when they tell their stories, I can identify. I not necessarily with like Epstein, but with the experience. Some of those survivor stories are the same thing that you experience in Hollywood's nightclub scene. So, and that's the connection. That's the connection that I can make to it. Um, the LA nightclub scene has a lot of the markers, not LA, Hollywood. I've been to clubs in downtown LA. I'm trying to think back to like my time when I was a clubbing kid. The times when I was using a fake ID. I got caught by the ABC in Mammoth with my sister-in-law's ID. And that was kind of a big deal. I was wearing my high school cheerleading uniform when they caught me. And I had tried to enter a bar with, I think it was like 20 years old, and all my friends were over 21. And that was when I got caught with that. But that doesn't matter. I had used not that ID in particular, but I had been, uh, like a regular kid with a fake ID. So that alone, and hanging out with a person who really enjoyed the nightlife, the club scene, I couldn't understand her fixation. I just enjoyed going out because it was something to do. It was better than sitting at home doing nothing. And then it kind of like, it felt rewarding at times when you got to go to after parties with celebrities, and just like the whole, when I listened to Jeffrey Epstein talk and then the survivors talk, the Soft White Underbelly has done a couple of videos on survivors where like both of their stories resonate with me. Um, but the difference is after 21, some of that stuff, it's like not a big deal because it does become consensual. Like if you go to a party, get drunk, but do enough cocaine so that you stay standing, does that mean that you consent? Um, I can't, I had never thought that any of my drinks had been spiked, but I look back now and I realize there's a lot of things that in my right mind I never would have done. Uh, that were simply because of like pleasure and no inhibitions. That's the reason that they happen, and that comes from liquor and drugs. Um, and then if you've been drug roofied, whatever, uh, you're not really going to know. I'm very thankful I met a person who introduced me to some of those substances, but told me about it. Like this is what this is. Would you like to try it? Instead of, I'm going to put this in your drink and fuck you up. So it's a weird thing to be thankful for, but you get to try things and see what your limits are so you can understand if something has ever happened to you before. So I'm thankful for that person. But the fact that he had that is kind of like, had that and had the ability to get it, and used it like recreationally, just like that was a thing. I know other people who have a means and a ways do that type of shit. So drugging someone's drink is, I think, way more common than anybody would ever know. When I see girls dressed up to go out night clubbing, it was like a few weeks ago, I saw a girl and she like had on a tank top. She had on jeans, I want to say, but she definitely looked like she was on her way to a nightclub due to the weather. It was kind of chilly. And, you know, everybody else, I'm thinking I would like a jacket and I'm on my way home. And she's like, obviously on her way out to go drink. Once you start drinking, you don't really need a jacket. But being able, people having it so people can visually tell that you are on your way to go drink. You can, en route to the bar, pick up on somebody who wants to drug you. It's that simple. So I don't know, if you're gonna go out, I'd say go undercover, dress like a bum, bring some real nasty clothes, stash them in the bushes so that you could make it to the club. This is like some paranoia shit, but really it's kind of what you have to do these days so that you can go and still have a good time. Like, my crazy mind thinks like, instead of being a bulletin board all the way to the club for all the people who want to do bad things to you, go there and be something like a deterrent. Make it so people don't even look at you. And then when you get to the club, go ahead, have a good time. Just make sure your way home, people, you know, like, that's what it's like now. If you look nice and there's men around. That's how I want to describe my experience, at least. And then watching the Epstein video, he mentions he likes to be surrounded by smart people. And immediately what I thought about was Life Touch photos and the GATE program. So he can, and eugenics and like all of these things that I've been studying recently. If he has access to people in high positions and places who can get like lists of names of GATE students, right? So you can get a list of people who have IQs where it puts them in the top 2%. I'm almost fairly certain that Jeffrey Epstein knows of me and possibly has seen a photo of me, just based on Life Touch photos and the GATE program. You know, these are... So what does that mean? That means that there's a list out there somewhere that, if cross-referenced with another list or database, would provide him access to the photos of people who have knowledge, not knowledge, have the capacity for the ability to be in the top 2% of the smartest people. So all of this sounds crazy right now as I say it, but as I watch more of these Epstein files get released, it makes it more easy to understand why I have lived the life that I've lived. None of this is coincidence. Very few coincidences. Very few coincidences, which is why, like, when in public and things happen and it's supposed to be set up to look like a coincidence, you can test coincidence, you know? You can test coincidence if you know reasonable. Any reasonable person is not going to step backwards when they see you and block your path any reasonable person, when they see you, is going to crunch up small and allow you to pass, right? They're going to get smaller, not bigger, unless they want a confrontation. So if someone's looking for a confrontation in order to provoke or promote a narrative, they would, I believe, step backwards and create a situation that forces an effort, right? So my effort was not to slow down. And by stepping back, this lady forced contact. And what I heard through their grapevine is you just got to make contact. So she made contact. I'm curious to see what happens next, because I used to play a contact sport. Listen to that. I used to, for fun, go to a warehouse where we would work out relatively hard. It depends on like who was training and what kind of things we wanted to do, was there about the next day. But we'd work out pretty good, enough to make all your fucking shit smell like shit, stinky sweaty. And I would do that multiple times weekly, and then we'd have a big old celebration party game on the weekend. And they called that a contact sport. So if you want to make contact with the person who played a contact sport, I could already tell you what the narrative is going to be. Every single person standing in my way is going to get hit. Not intentionally, it's my nature. Intentionally, maybe, subconsciously. So, contact sport. That's what I do. I don't do it right now. I don't have insurance. So, I'm going to get it though. And once I get medical insurance, I will go back to playing a contact sport. So then you guys standing in my way, I'm going to laugh at you. Quite literally, my name is I hit people for fun. Right? Like any person who plays roller derby. Any person who, I was a jammer. They made me a jammer. Right? That was something I was like timid about. Very few things I'm shy or timid about. I was like, I don't know. I don't want to, like, you're going to make me have to touch these people. And so that's the whole thing. You just have to make contact, which made me a good jammer because I don't want to fucking touch people. So my little wired ass fucking brain is designed to think of outcome. Like I ride a fixed gear bicycle. I do not want to make contact with anything on my bicycle. That is one thing I don't want to make contact. So it's two different types of logistics. I am always looking for the point of contact, whether it be something I want to do or something I want to avoid. Mostly jammers also, they want to avoid it. That's like health points in a video game. Every time you make contact with somebody, you're taking away health points. So you guys are literally out here playing GTA with the wrong motherfucker. That's what it's like. It's like The Sims. You guys are out there acting like The Sims, standing across the street all woody 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 booja 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 booja. And then when I get close to you, you're like, walk, 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 walk. Haja booja booja booja. And I just look at you like, I don't fucking understand. I don't have to respond. Did you go to see my new whistle? I got a new whistle. I don't know if I showed you already. I'm very excited. Don't say I'm showing off. I'm proud of this. And why am I proud? Because listen, I used to have this whistle. Not this whistle, but a similar one. I think the one I had was an antique brass one. And I didn't realize whistles have different sizes. Whistles like a whole fucking instrument. A whistle, they have different sizes. So my last whistle was just a little whistle. This is a big whistle. And depending on how hard I blow it, it sounds different. So these people keep making me want to I don't have to. I don't have to because that's not what I'm supposed to do. It's designed to make me say some shit that's not true. And all I can do is mind my business, drink my water. Speaking of drink my water, I got 5 minutes before I gotta make sure I get my water intake up. But I do have some things on a schedule. So some days when I don't do my shit, like I wanted to make French toast today, and if I really wanted to do that, I probably would have started an hour ago. So it doesn't look like I'm going to have French toast today. We might. Well, we'll see. But make it instead of eating like a French toast crunch. So how many people out there are 42 years old? I'm guys, a month from my birthday. I'm almost 42. And then how many people are out there 42 years old still eating sugar cereal? There's that. I did bring up my point. The main thing I came on here to say was that whole Life Touch thing is crazy as fuck. And then mix into it the GATE program and like Terry Crews. I'm gonna keep bringing Terry Crews up because Terry Crews said he spent $500,000 battling these people. I don't have barely even $1, you know? Like somebody at the skating rink dropped $1 to try to be funny and let me know who it is. And I think that if that's something they're buying into, look at everything in the news. You paid your $1 so you could, you or possibly your children get baby touched and like ran through the mud. I'll do that for free. Well, I don't have babies, so you're not touching my babies. So, but anyway, the whole symbolism of $1 and all that shit. You guys are the ones with the kids getting the pictures by the Life Touch and signing up. Like, how many of you do you even know if your kid's in the GATE program or not? Every kid in there, parents, you should go to school and just like chaperone or something and follow your kid when they pull them in the GATE program class. I don't know, you know? So if your kid is a female, of decent looks, maybe not even of decent looks. They got like, what's her name? Shuliak? He said butterface pretty much. So I wonder, was she in the GATE program? Did he have access to her photos? Like, do they have, is it that much of a conspiracy? They're like handpicking people. That's another thing I wanted to say. They played the video of him running around. I gotta like this. They played the video of him running around his house. And it reminded me of just like any rich person has got a really nice house, right? And like if they have kids, that's like the type of shit they do at home with their own kids, except for the raping part. He's doing that with discarded kids, runaways, people who he knows have a history of abuse. Does that sound funny? Like, if you don't care about them, I'm gonna take them and make them rapey babies. Yeah. So think about if one of those type of sickos gets into the child care system and gets access to these kids. Child court, juvenile court system. Think about that. That would be me. I was a GATE student who, shortly after my time in GATE, was around 14 years old, 15 years old, taken as a ward of California State. So not only do they have my Life Touch pictures, they have my fingerprints, they have maybe even my DNA at that point. Pretty much whoever has access to these lists in the highest position can pick and choose to do whatever they want with whoever they want. That's what the Epstein files has shown. Do you really want your kids in the public school? Do you want them in the private school system? Do you want your kids going to school anymore? Like, what is happening? It's concerning. Um, all the things. That's where it happens. In school. They took the photos in school. They brought the GATE program to the schools. Uh, that's where they are programming kids at school. That when I was coaching, one of the groups I didn't want to coach were the 15-year-old kids, 14-year-old, 15-year-old kids, because they were going through puberty. So, with that alone, there's more sexual assault victims in that group. So I don't, as one, I don't want to be working, well, I should have, right? I didn't have the mind to or the ability to understand what my job was at that time. So I chose to work with the younger kids that didn't have as much hormones going on. But the younger kids are the ones who want, but my younger kids did not exhibit signs. There may have been a couple that exhibited signs of, they're going to have problems in their futures. And then there's some that reminded me of myself. And I still have them on my fucking Facebook. And they went a route I may not have chosen for myself. Right? For my kids. But if that's what makes them happy, I want them to be safe. I know I have my friend's sisters. I've seen a girl go from like freckle face, and it has to do with Hollywood. We took her to auditions. I remember me and her older sister, not me, her older sister and I, because I didn't have shit to do with it. I was just going along. Took her to an audition in Hollywood. I want to say off of La Cienega. Because there's a car wash right next to the place. And I remember the fucking audition. I don't know if she got the part, but I do know later on in life, she ended up liking to not wear so much clothes. I remember later in life, I seen her at one of the Hollywood Hills after parties, and I was like, damn, they got you out here. I should have thought at that time, what the fuck am I doing here? Back then, I was like, party, drugs, sex, rock and roll. I was hanging out with Kristen. Kristen was the one that made sure we went to all the after party. I don't think I ever was like, where's the after party? Parking lot pimping. I was always like, I'm going to drive because I know how much this girl drank. I know this girl crashed 2 fucking Ford Explorer Sports. Flipped them on the fucking freeway. So I'm going to make sure we don't flip this one on the way home tonight. Right? Least I could do. Like, I know I could drive. It would have been fucked up if somebody, like, cut me off on our way home and I had something to drink, you know. So you got to start thinking about these things. Don't be so nice to your fucking fucked up friends no more. Tell your kids, you got kids that are 21 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old, and they got alcoholic friends. Separate them. Stop that shit. Both of them need it. They're going to realize this shit, one probably will get worse and the other one's just going to live their life. And that's what happened, I think. I think the last time I talked to her, she told me she had to go to the, I don't know how much is true, but it was a lot of medical stuff going on with her. So, and that was something you think about, like funerals back then. In high school, we went to a lot of funerals for our friends. It's crazy to have so many people die so young. I wonder, is it the same for? It's the same for people everywhere. I bet out here people's fucking losing people left and right for all kinds of stupid shit. But I bet a lot of those parents where I live, like, there's probably less of those stupid deaths out here, um, because maybe parents are more watchful of their kids, or I don't know. The reason I think it's less is because where I came from, they think it would never happen, and it did. Where I came from, it was a whole lot of white kids that overdosed, got drunk, fucked their lives up. White kids of means, right? You have to have a means if you're gonna fucking buy drugs and liquor, right? How you gonna fall asleep behind the wheel of a car if you don't have a car, if your ass riding a bus? So I think out here, if that shit's happening, it's more of a social issue, more so, because you gotta be in somebody's car, or you gotta be out with whatever group of friends that started shooting, or like. So if you have a kid out here and you know your kid's motherfucking at home, you're gonna be all right. If you don't know where your kid is at 10 o'clock on any night, you're gonna have a whole lot of problems. And I mean, I need some FaceTime shit. Like, if I had a kid out here, 14, 15, 16 years old, 14 years old, your ass is at home. 16 years old, the only way you would be going out is if I needed something from the store. 18 years old, you could go do what you want, but if you live in my house, you have to be home by 10 o'clock, bitch. Where's your job? I need to see you on a FaceTime. I'm leaving work with my mom. Right? Ain't no fucking, I'm following the little map on the thing, on the GPS. You're not stopping anywhere. Like, that's how you have to be as a parent if you don't want your kids to get sucked up in a little rapey scene. It's not, it's too many influences out there for your good kid to just be okay. Walking up the street I'll admit, it was what time? Midnight, maybe. Probably not a good time to be walking up the street as a female. But walking up the street, even in the daytime, I get stopped and approached as if I'm a prostitute. Possibly because of the area I live in. But it was not like that. It's happened to me when I lived in, like, off of Sepulveda, and then I realized I live near a motel. Oh, you live near a motel on a major street with little side streets. It's gonna be prostitutes. I heard them fight outside my window. Right? A good John pulls up and the bitch is like, "Eyes first." Then they start fighting. So, ignorance is bliss. You move into the place like, oh my gosh, look at this place. It's so nice. The nicer the shit is, it's got other problems somewhere. That's why I'm not moving. Because they're gonna bait and switch. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here's all the problems we have. For anything. I'm already used to these problems. What the fuck are you gonna do next? I'm already used to these problems. I could read through all these people. It requires minimum effort of me. And that's the thing. They're trying to drain my resources. They want to drain my resources. So every pen, every stupid fucking pen that I buy, that's a victory for them. Resources are not endless. But they are resources. Do you understand what a resource is? It's a resource to do something with it. Even if it's not for me, that could be my philanthropy. I could find a homeless person outside who is actually doing shit with the shit that I got and gift it to them. Right? Like there's somebody outside I know who paints, I think, and I got some art supplies, and I'm gonna go with my little shopping cart and walk around, find them, and gift that shit to them. Because I think that's why I have it. Right? And then I have to be mindful going forward of like expiration dates. And I'm gonna try to gift somebody some fucking dried up glue, you know? It works if they know how to make it work, but otherwise that's a piece of trash. Like for me it works because I know you can make it work, hypothetically, but really? Not once it's really dried up. You can use like thinners, you know, it just takes effort. And you have to have more supplies. So nah, 40-pound backpack. I might write a book. I think I will write a book. I call it 40-pound backpack because that's what they turn you into. They turn you into a person who's carrying a 40-pound backpack of everything they think is important in life that they need to have with them. So I know that out there somewhere is a person right now that they have manipulated into a 40-pound backpack. There's a person out there right now, they may be homeless, they may still have a home, but there's a person out there right now that's paranoid about food safety. Um, and it really is just a simple Google search, and that's where they fucked up. Like, you control the internet, you sure do. With that being said, they control misinformation, and that's how you protect yourself. You have to play their game. So if people think that they know me, they may be misinformed about me and they didn't get the information directly from me. Um, I think that legally they need to stop using social media activities in lawsuits so much, because easily hackable, fakeable. Um, it doesn't necessarily, it should be considered, but like loosely considered, I don't know, but once you hear something it can make you form an opinion very harshly, because there is so much misinformation on social media and repetition of it. I think it is a very bad source of information if and when used in investigations or trials. So it's similar to like how they fought for music lyrics. You cannot, that's fucking creative. I can say anything I want creatively. It doesn't mean that I actually did it. So you're gonna get somebody for making a song about saying something because they needed something to rhyme. Right? Even to say that it portrays a certain lifestyle. I listen to Frito Bang. Do you think I'm the same? Like, if I'm walking out of my apartment, do I look like how Frito Bang looks like in the songs that he describes? It's in my world, in my little world. If I could control things any way possible, that's my shit. Right? Songs he sings about, it's like I can understand his pain where he's coming from, or it is I don't know, I love Frito Bang. He keeps making great music. Um, his IQ's on 130. Like, lyrics, listen to them. You know, it's not just the music, it's the lyrics. It's the things that they don't say. Not everything is about money, cars, booty, 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 but in moderation, you know. uh, well, I say that, and I am Cash Money Millionaires. Get your roll on. That's my shit. That's like my first car. I had a CD player that got broken, and I had to figure out how to get my CD in and out. And you know, you figure shit out. So yeah, then you like that's when you first find out like stereos have a code, and the clip in the back will reset it if you unplug it for a certain amount of time, and then you can get your CD out that way. And then if you put a new one, that's like I'm driving on the road to Mammoth, want to change the CD. I gotta pull the face of the whole, not just the face, the whole stereo out. I'm driving. That car was automatic though, I think. It was. So you could do that. Um, gotta pull a stereo out, unclip the plug in the back, plug it in, CD go out, take it out, put the new one in. Like that. That was how I grew up. So if you're a little spoiled ass kid out there with a little camera car or some shit, you will never have as much fun in life. You just got handed some automatic fucking, like, you don't have, nothing's gonna impress you. You know, you got everything you need. I don't know. You got burnt out before there was even a fucking anything good. Technology is cool and all, but at what rate? At what rate? I'm thinking of Tesla cars right now. If there's that system somewhere, I gotta look into it more. But supposedly, a certain, like a handful of car makers use a system that can be accessed, I guess. So your car can be routed, stop controlled, routed, whatever, and by the government or whoever. And why would you want those cars? That's worse than having no door handles, right? You could just carry around a little window smasher. Bow, get out the fucking car. Um, but let's just start putting those things on motherfucking belts. My belt. You could probably do it with the belt. Wind it up on your hand. Splat. You need a sharp point of impact. It's like a battery hitting your windshield. If you got a battery, you might be able to do it. Battery works because of the distance, and you have a little bit more speed with it. Uh, I can't imagine how long you have to throw a battery out a window to break it. They use a fire extinguisher to break my glass window on the white car. Was it the white car? And he had to go at it a few times, and that shit like bounced. I bet he smashed the door a little bit. So it's not easy to break a window, right? You could literally sit in the car and watch somebody go at your shit, unless they got like a fucking dope ass little Sharpie ring or something. Your shit's gonna be okay. Um, so that makes those little center punches and shit much more valuable, right? San Francisco got it on lock though. They got those for everybody got one. That's like Amazon ordered out. I'm gonna have a little emergency keychain. It's gonna be a center punch and a water key, right? That's all you need as a homeless person, as any person, really. Um, you just walk around and like do what you need in the event that you get put in a situation where you get really unfortunate. There's two things on Amazon. Don't cost more. You can get $10, real easy. So you'll never be hungry again. That's that. Um, and that's what happens. Like, San Francisco is Grand Theft Auto. That's just from what the media makes you think. The media makes you think that everybody out there is leaving their cars open, crime so bad. Media makes you think at a stoplight, if you look like you got a nice bag, they're going to reach in your car and take it out. They will. So what kind of life is that? How did you get there? When it gets like that, they ran everybody out the town. People who don't want to deal with that, they just ran them out. So that's why you can't have anything nice. Ever. It's not worth it to have anything nice. Why? How, what? If you're not one of these people, if you're not one of these baby toucher people who got this network of everlasting protection, and here's where I'm gonna maybe hopefully put a bug in your ear so you can start the divide, because it's power in numbers. They're paying you though. They're paying you to stay poor, uneducated, unhealthy. They don't ever want you to come and match them up on their level. That's why I mentioned the GATE program and whatever list it is. They're going to make sure if you do not join their rank or their forces, that they eliminate you because you have every ability to fucking tell the world about it. So when I talk about split the masses, 1% owns all that fucking wealth. This is consumerism. If you just stop buying shit, just go. It's a blackout week. Have a fucking blackout week. Get everything you need before that week. Prepare for a fucking week of not spending a fucking dollar. Prepare for a week of not spending a dollar. Just like how in the pandemic shit got so crazy. Make a fucking pandemic. Can we do that? Should I set a date? My birthday week. Oh, I want to spend money though. See how fucking consumerist we are? Right? But I think I can sacrifice my birthday week. I'll be so weak if I spend money on my birthday. At least my birthday day. Let's start with the day. Oh, see, that's so fucked up and so hard. Could I do it? So my birthday day, I'll tell you about my birthday day, how it goes normally. I like to go get all my free shit. Like Sephora, but some of that stuff you can do up before and after. And then sometimes I'll be in there and I want to buy shit. Right? Consumer, bitch. And that's the whole point of it. They give you some free shit so you buy some shit and whatever. Like last year, Sephora's gift was really nice. I liked it. It was, I'll tell you what it is, because that's the whole point of it. It's marketing. Juliet has a gun. Cetilox perfume. Smells so fucking good. Smells different on everybody. What I did, I looked up Cetilox. I could get Cetilox for like $50, a whole bunch of it, a good amount of it, and make my own perfume that smells the way I would like it. So I'm thinking about that. But I would have never discovered it if I didn't go into Sephora on my birthday. So shout out to Sephora for the freebies. Everybody who puts stuff on their face, go there. But I do not put stuff on my face, so I go there once a year probably on my birthday. What else? I think I could do my birthday as a no spend day. So 420, that's asking a lot of people. That's a hard one. I should make an easier one, just any random day. 420 collectively. Get your weed 419. And I think weed doesn't count because weed from a dispensary counts because you're paying taxes on it. If you get weed somewhere else, go ahead. You know, be mindful. So 420, I'm asking for anybody who can and is able to not spend any fucking money. That's my birthday present this year. Like, think about it. And I'm going to come back probably every day and ask for that. And if I ask for it enough times, I can also do it myself. And then if I don't, you guys could talk so much shit. So really now I have to not spend any money on 420. So that means if I got to get gas, I got to do it at 419 or just, oh well. Okay, we can do this. That's what I'm asking for. One blackout day for no businesses. Take it back, not no businesses. What I would like, it's a local shop day, small business. If they got a corporate ass fucking name, if they got more than one store, and even a small business, if a small business got more than one fucking store, don't shop there. Right? It's the people with all the fucking money, the baby touchers. That's who I want to leave me the fuck alone. So if you support me, I don't want your fucking money. I want you to save your fucking money and not support these fucking people. Don't go out with hot breath and just explain to them, I'm doing a thing. You don't even gotta tell them it's for me. Right? Just like one day of not giving a fuck for the fucking sake of the earth. It's like Margie's Earth Day. That's what you wanted. Earth Day. See my beautiful Lego flowers, and then the closed ass Lego store is all weirdo. Part of that, okay, here, let's go into like paranoia and all the possibilities of what that could be. Psychologically, the closing of the Lego store, if in trying to induce a crash, they're trying to see where else I would spend my money possibly. I don't have anywhere else to spend my money. On lunch. I'll go buy lunch. I don't even want to do that. Right? So, like, the food doesn't even taste good because I wanted fucking Legos. So, on days when I'm hungry, I'll go buy lunch. And then I'll be like, oh, shoot, can't buy Legos. Some days I'll buy both. But I don't know if it is an experiment on me or if there's an issue with the store, air conditioner or something. Store's just closed. At first they said it was the air conditioner. Now they're like, we don't know. Oh, that was something else Jeffrey Epstein had said. See, everybody, this is going to be the weirdest fucking thing. Everybody's going to know all about him. At least they think they're going to know all about that fucking crazy ass man. He said something about a phrase that said 400 something thousand times a day, or I don't know, whatever the fuck he said. This phrase, I don't know, by 4 billion people around the world. I don't know what he said. I want to go back. Long Crime just showed one of the video clips of it. So, that is to have a genius say, I don't know, is a real, I don't know, but I could give you, I'm not a know-it-all. So I can always tell you I don't know, because what that means is I don't care to take the time to explain to you what I think. When you hear me say that's know-it-all, I guess. But I don't know it all because I'm very much open to new information that can change my mind. So if I challenge you as a know-it-all and you know something, why don't you say something? Because you think that you're gatekeepers. You think holding the information, you paid for that education. I love a person who will correct me. How do you learn things? Right? Show me. Show me what I did wrong, please. So, I don't know. And then I think back to why I did it. Is it something that I did by accident? Or is it something that I did intentionally? Not intentionally, not knowing. That's the same thing. Accident or failure of sight. Failed to see it. Because you might know and you just not see it. And then you're fucked. If you know better. So you just go through like, I don't know, nothing. I don't know. You're right. I took so many fucking notes on this shit. Ain't no way I could say I know nothing. I could go back through my notes right now and then tell you. You just told me something different than what you told me. I wrote it down 3 different times. Look. Why are you trying to confuse me? Look. I make really nice jewelry. Look it. Look. All these people calling me asking about the fucking your other business and shit. There's an old necklace. Necklace probably 20 years old. That's citrine, carnelian, crystal quartz. Look at that. It's nice. Silver, sterling silver. How much you think I could sell this necklace for? Right? I used to sell it for like $60, $40, $60. Look at all that wire, hand wire twisted. I twisted all that with my motherfucking wrist and shit. Right? And that's what they want to say. Like I had a workers' comp claim for carpal tunnel. But doing this, I used to make this. This is what helped my wrist get better. I stopped making it because it also made my wrist hurt. It's like physical therapy. So I'm good now. I want to put my whistle in a nice little case because it's becoming unpolished. Oh my gosh, so easy. I gotta put it in a case. I could polish it though. I was just polishing my nails. I was polishing my nails like a shiny nails, shiny nails. Gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. See you later. Soon. What time is it? Charge your watch. So, I got these new pens. I'm so excited. This was an unnecessary purchase. This is something my mom would be mad about. I'm gonna show you my new pens. This is fear of a mom, but better than drugs, bitch. Excuse me. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, look at it. Bitch. Bitch, what do you know about a fountain fucking pen? Disposable fountain pen. I don't gotta charge that shit. Bitch. And supposedly erasable, but I have to get an ink eradicator. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I tried erasing it and I was getting ready to be mad. And then I had to go look at reviews of the pen. And this lady saved my frustration. And she told me I have to get a Pelican, I think? Super Sheriff ink eradicator. Super Sheriff ink eradicator. It's like bleach for a pen. Probably the same shit they used to do stupid shit, right? It's the universe telling me how they would wash a check. It doesn't wash all ink. Um, yeah. Right? When I imagine check washing, I thought they put it in like a little container or something with a solution. But you could probably just use one of these pens. You would have to know what kind of pen somebody's using. Like maybe if you hand someone a pen to sign something. Um, I like to use waterproof pens in particularly, but I don't actually have any right now. A Uniball pen is my preference. Maybe I should buy Uniball stock. Waterproof pen, but I wonder, ooh, I might do a check test, a pen check test. Um, I think I would like to get all the pens in my pen box together. Maybe ballpoint ink, I would say, is the safest, is oil based. So if you're concerned with check safety, I would say your best bet. Don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. I don't know shit. But just from my opinion, these kind of pens will bleed, but these particular pens. So look at. This is just the pen, and this is polyester paper. This is waterproof paper. So this is not a permanent pen. It was not advertised as a permanent pen particularly. It's advertised as erasable actually. So here's my little demonstration on how marketing can play a role in fooling people into thinking they are safe. Most pens are not advertised as erasable because it's a pen. Why would you ever want anybody to erase a fucking pen? Like traditional eraser, right? You think of traditional eraser. So this is polyester paper. It's waterproof paper. This company that I love so much has technology that does two different things. This is a erasable pen, but unlike this is an old one, so forgive the splotchy lines. Let me get a new pen anyway. This is a really fun demonstration. Looky, look. Okay. So the black and orange pen are friction pens. The red pen is the fountain pen. I'm going to erase them, or try to at least. Oh shit. Oh, where's my thing? I don't know where my erasers are right now. Where are ya? Come on. Yes. Come on. And so polyester. This is not the Rocketbook paper. This is just regular. This is Terracoat, I think it's called. And it was not necessarily meant for what I'm doing, but it does it just fine. So I've used a wet towel to erase the erasable friction pen, and the fountain pen is still here. It is erasable with the ink eradicator. Most people don't know what an ink eradicator. What the fuck do I need to know what an ink eradicator is? But anyway, now I'm gonna get one for use of these pens, and I'm also gonna test and see what other pens I can make it erase. Experiment. This is not me doing anything illegal. I'm doing this for informational purposes, and so you know anything that I know. Because if I find out something that it does, I want to make sure everybody knows that I know. Um, like, I don't know if I should share that because I think that's information that would encourage bad behavior. So there are some things that I know that I will not share because they would do bad, stupid things. So, here we go. This will be an interesting walk that we do. New pens. What time is it? Time for me to get ready. I gotta make sure I get to work on time. You know? I wish I had something new to write. I gotta go back to school. Write a story. Write a story. Oh, and then that's the thing. These pens, if you're not going to use that ink eradicator, they work like a Micron pen. So it's pretty cool. I love pens. Like these pens. What is this? This a brush pen. Ooh, brush pen, brush pen. Ah. See, now I feel like I'm showing off. God damn. And I remember when I was in isn't that funny? I'm showing off a fucking pen. That's showing off to me. Ooh, it's a different one. Ooh, different pen. Different pen. So the V pen is I don't know about archival, but it's pretty permanent if you don't use that little wiper offer thingy, eradicator. Ink. They're trying to erase her. No, I got erasable pen, bitch, and they don't even erase unless you know the special trick. So I wanted to also say, this whole thing that you guys have put me through, whatever, that's designed to make it look like I'm crazy. Um, I don't know if it's gonna work. Like, let's talk about the whole apartment thing. What happens at home? All right. The reason I didn't go to work today, yesterday, um, I didn't go to work because upstairs had a leak into my apartment. Perfectly reasonable leak, but patterns I've recognized are I came inside with a box where you could not see the contents. When I do that, when I do that, they have to know what's inside the box. So they will force entry situations. And I don't know how much of that they know about. That's just what it seems like to me. As far as this Big Brother monitoring forever surveillance is concerned. Um, I came home from Costco with my stuff in a crate box, and there was people who are not the normal followers who made sure they looked in my box real hard. Right? Sounds so weird and nasty. But you couldn't see anything because the box has a lid. It was covered and shit. And so, in order to feel safe again, I guess, they make sure that they force their way in here and check and see what's in the boxes. So I can tell you what's in the boxes. I put my shoes in the boxes so that my front door, the area by my front door, doesn't look so much like I'm a hoarder. Still does because it's like a bunch of boxes, but at least they're in boxes now and it's not just like a floppy pile. Um, I was gonna get rid of some of the shoe boxes, but I don't have roaches. Uh, some of the other things that whatchamacallit I got were bay leaves. I got bay leaves and I put them in my corners, I put them in my cabinets. I'll put them in more places as I see more bugs. But I didn't have to put them in too many places. I got a cucumber, a thing of cucumbers, and I put that everywhere that I have seen them. So like running on the counter, I've seen them on my counter. I'll put it there. Uh, I've seen them uh, on my fridge. Put it there. Got a freezer. Put it there. Um, by my water heater. Put it there. Where else? Probably have to replace the ones. Some of the ones I replaced. Some of them I forgot where I put them. So, but it's a cucumber. It's gonna dry out and just be a little cucumber trip. So they don't like the smell of cucumber. I had pine saw. I pine sawed my, was it the bathroom floor? No, the kitchen. I pine sawed the kitchen floor, half of it. I still have to do the other half. So like moving the shit out the way, uh, going underneath the little, what do I have in there? The shelves. Um, Pine saw the kitchen floor, so sanitize the floor, block the entry, and roaches are not a problem for me. Um, I was surprised. I didn't want to look up videos because I didn't want to see what they look like for other people. And when I saw what they said an infestation list, I don't have roaches. They came to visit. They came to see if they could make a house here. And they can't. So the leak in my bathroom got fixed. Supposedly, hopefully. Sounded like they did a good job. They did a great job finding it. At least I asked the guy if he liked his job. Because I like my job. Like, I like what I do. uh, and so I wonder if other people feel the same. A lot of people just do things because of money. That's what they need to get paid. That's what they're trying to make me do right now. Like, just any job. Like, any random job. No. Any random job. No. So, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy at this random ass fucking job, which is the whole reason I go to work every day. It's like task. It's so task based. So task based. Finish this. This. Gotta do this. Completed. It's gotta get completed. Ah, that's what. um. So I got new pens. That's so exciting. It is. It is. I don't know if you understand. This is like a new dog. A way overspent on some pens. How much were they? I'll tell you. $30. $30 on 7 pens. How much is that? Hey Siri, what's 30 divided by 7?
30 divided by 7 is approximately 4.2857.
Ooh, $4 and almost 30 cents each pen, bitch. Ew, yucky. Goddamn. Excuse me, God. That makes me think twice about I would not. I would. I would. At least I didn't have to pay shipping on them too. Shit. That's probably what that extra is. Because they're supposed to be like $2 or $3. $2.75 or something. Yikes. But I got all the colors. I'll tell you, I put them in order 10 different times on which ones I'm going to use first. Colors I don't care about, and I already tested which ones dry the quickest. Colors I don't care about, I'll use those up first. I don't really care for these colors, so when the pen is done, I'm not going to be so upset. And then the colors that I like. So, yeah. All right, there we go. There we go. And I think they sell them in sets like this or whatever. So, oh my gosh, more pens! Don't you guys like pens? And people are like, she's violent. I'm like, violent what? I will violently scribble your name down on a piece of paper and throw that shit away. Oh man, loose leaf paper. Maybe I should use more of that. I got all my journals. I keep it inside. That's like carrying fucking trauma. Just carry my book of trauma. Let's carry my little book of trauma. That's maybe like a post-it notepad, and I'm just gonna stick them at the bus stops and shit, and be like, "Here, somebody else, pass my trauma. Read this shit." Those big story size. I'm gonna make them Rocketbook notes so I can still read them later if I want to. That's a smart thing to do. Big ass post-it notepad, Rocketbook note. Maybe they should have had me design products. Right? Like a quad, do a regular sheet of paper, cut it in 4, and put adhesive on the back. And I'm just gonna write it down, post it, take a picture. Boom. Booyakasha. Maybe I'll leave pens with it so I can get rid of some of my stack of fucking friction pens. Right? Because they do dry up. So if I'm not going to use all those fucking things right away, they got to go somewhere. Put them in a little baggie. Maybe. Not a bad idea. They're in a little boxy. I wonder who you are, my friend. Are you somebody in this building? You streaming on a live stream. Streaming on a live stream. I think I vacuumed this shelf, or no, I didn't. I just rubbed it with the towel or something. Still got some more dust. That much dust accumulated maybe since I did it. Dust. My mom didn't say shit about the dust, but she started making a fuss about the weed. Right? Should have smoked less weed. I told her, you just want to fight. You just want to fight with me. She's like, you're damn fucking right. I will stop fighting now. Have her realize, bitch, it ain't me. Whoever you got living with you is a problem. A problem. Ookie dookie cat. Hey, Jesus. Jesus, I said your name. Hey. Hey, oh, okay. Hey, I gotta make deodorant. Oh, let's make French toast. We can do it. It's 5 a.m. I think we can do it. What are you doing? What are you thinking? What do you think? You gonna make a French toast with us? Let's make a French toast. I do frost the bread. I made the bread a long time ago though. So I wonder quality of life. I gotta do it. Little broke girl. Little broke girl. See how that old stale bread tastes. You made it yourself at least. At the least. Right? You know how good it feels to not eat all that bullshit from the grocery store? Oh, I do need to eat more vegetables though. More vegetables. Right, there's one girl I seen shopping. She had a whole cart full of like she was gonna make a nice little dinner. She got vegetables in it. Vegetables. So somebody go get that girl. She gonna make you a dinner. Right. I like chefs. Are you a chef? Because I can't cook for chef. Not can't cook. I'm autistic cooker. You want pasta? You want pasta? I want a chef. I want a chef. I want to eat all that fancy ass food because I can never. What do you mean you went and you put all that stuff? You guys gotta appreciate your chef some more. You put all that shit. You put, what did you put in this thing? You went and gathered all those things and put them together, and this how it tastes. Oh my gosh. And I'm over here like salami and cheese. Matter of fact, I might cut some slices of cheese right now. So, people out there that are eating, that are like real good eating, I'm jealous of you. I eat 2 ingredients at a time. 3, 4, if I'm lucky. 4. I had a nice pasta the other day. It was. I think there's a little more than 4 ingredients, but I'm you know, it feels good. I can pronounce all my ingredients: tomatoes, beef, fucking honey, red peppers, fucking. Yup. Snacks. We got new snacks. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, and maltodextrin, I can't do that. So I learned more. Just look up. Next time you get a snack, flip it over, read the back. Google one of those ingredients you don't know. All of April, we're reading ingredients, okay? We're putting it back. If you could do it for 30 days, you know how much weight we're going to lose, everybody? All of us collectively? If you can't read it, put it back. If you disagree with it, put it back. How many things? I had to put every fucking thing back. I touched something like, oh, this looks good. Oh, no, no, no. What was the one I wanted to get really bad and I didn't care? The pecan pralines. Like, it's fucking pecan praline. Like, what could be on here? What did it say it had? Some kind of fucking, like, high fructose, high oleic acid, high oleic something or other. I don't like that. Like, extra on the pralines and fucking sugar and shit. So I could just get my own natural pralines and put my own sugar on that shit, and that's that. Kill convenience. Be inconvenient. So with that being said, I'm gonna really go make my French toast, because why not? Bye.